Reservoir build. Today is a Sunday, so we only have Ron here today, but we're going to close out this loop around for the liner to tuck into, and we're going to start cutting the creek today. So hopefully by the end of today we've got the form 100%, tidy up a little bit on Monday. It is going to rain Monday and Tuesday as it appears. So we have a couple things in the way. Looking to put the liner in on Thursday. So Wednesday dry out, Thursday a little bit drier, and then we'll put the liner in. All things going the right way. So today's a lot of just kind of finishing off, and was able to get the electrical line in for the yellow shop yesterday. That was quite the joy, but we got it done. And so today I'll do some hookups to the well and make sure that we have the water hookup and the electrical hookup to that ready to go for the spring. Okay, so now I'm here at the well, as I'm calling it, where the water is going to come in from the reservoir and feed the pump. So I've got to set in the electrical box and the water hookup for the pump with all the necessary check valves and what have you. So I'll be grinding off the side of this here, making room for these guys to seat up against the well riser here, and then I will close it all up for the winter. We will not be putting the pump in now, we'll be putting it in the spring. So I'm going to shoot grade one more time to make sure that I would like to keep these units somewhat above the water line. Not completely necessary given you got the grommets and what have you, but I'm going to take that extra precaution, just bring it up just a little bit off the water line, and everything should work out just great. Okay, got our water line right here. Make you right there, just to make sure. Okay, good. You can shut this down for a little bit. So I didn't know these are called coupons. And I guess when you're hooking up to the municipal water systems, they make sure you have these. You have to have them in hand to pass your inspection. So we don't have that problem here, but then again, I don't need them floating in the bottom, so we have them. All three input outputs. Now the key is not to make the error of dropping anything. Of course, seems like a simple proposition until you're doing it. So, make sure my dead head's on the top. That's good. So I am not setting this to worry about the distance down to the ground. We will never have this in the freeze condition. There will be an outlet here that I'm going to actually have a valve on. We'll dump the excess water in the pipe going up the hill into the creek. So it'll be a part of my winterizing exercise at the end of the season. But we will be coming up to about here when the final grade is all done, and we'll be a foot to foot and a quarter down, and that'll be fine as long as it fits underneath my my box here. We'll be fine. We'll be set to grade. Like I said, somewhere in here, somewhere in that space is where our final grade will be, and we'll be firmly down. I did want to make sure that I had the ability to reach in there without hanging over. I am actually going to take my glasses off just in case they flop down. That would be like totally terrible. I don't know if ever the day I will be going down inside this thing. I most certainly would not appreciate to do it, but you got to be willing to do certain things, I guess. So this guy here is all on the outside, and then our nut is there accordingly. So, dead head up. Okay, so we got that all in. It's looking pretty good. And then down in there is our pipe coming in. So it looks overall, we've got this phase done. Yeah.
I don't want to be coming in just like higher.
No. Okay. Okay, so you want me to just be holding on to this?
Just check it for me, because I went about 30 feet since I checked the outside.
Hey! A couple. Yeah, you're gonna have to just cut it flat.
Yep.
Yep.
I just didn't want to get higher,
No. Hey, I like the idea though. All the Hey!
See, I think I was talking too.
Yes. Well, I like the idea of because we look like we're right in the middle of the creek, putting that rock right here. Oh, one right here. That water's coming this way, and then it's hitting. You know what I mean? And maybe we angle the rock, this one, to be a little bit more flush, so it hits that one that I'm talking about. Real narrow. But
Yeah.
that has the ability that when it hits it, you know what I mean, it wants to go. It's all theory. I mean, I'm thinking somewhere right out here is the pinch point. We put a rock on this side too, so that, you know, the entrance to this is not going to get torn up. And like I said, the pinch point will make the water want to find its way.
Yep.
And then, you know, as soon as it gets past it, it's going to break free.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is going to be like a pond, which, you know, it'll slow the water coming out of those guys, but then it'll want to push in. Yeah. Sound right?
Sounds right.
I mean, you didn't know what a weather vane was, but I think you know something about water, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I know where it's going, but see.
Yeah.
We're good pretty much there.
Yeah, I think we're good. Golden there.
Shall we do the rocks?
Yeah. And then here, I think, like I said, I don't know if you want to dig all the way through because, you know, we need passage still. But maybe we dig at least a 3 foot right now across, put the boulders in, and like I said, post that. If it was 3 foot wide, that's kind of fine
Yeah.
because then it'll settle back down again and find its way into the deal.
Let me go across that about 100 times. Pass
Okay.
that in a little bit.
Okay.
Like get pinched here and dump some rocky stuff in the corner there,
Yeah.
and just go.
Yeah, just bury where the rock is coming out there. Yeah. And then get us a shoreline, and then we can talk about the cut. Probably right where you're coming. I want it right in the center.
I know.
kind of be with the continuation and then spin?
Yeah. That's the engineering department. I think if you go right there, it is going to hit that
rock right
directly.
here. Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, as Ron's trying to cut in the mouth to our reservoir, this is where the water is going to split and go into the creek when we're shutting down the gate, or it will be open and go right into the reservoir. So it's kind of a critical spot, right? We're going to lace it with some heavy rock and make it nice and, if you will, structurally sound, so that when the water is splashing and hitting against it, because there is quite a bit of force, it'll come through and fill up that reservoir. Well, today would be kind of a day 13 of the effort. We're expecting a pretty significant weather front to come in this evening. So we took precautionary effort to put in the plastic for the culverts coming across before the rock gets put in, the official into the project rock, the round rock that we're going to put in. But right now we just put a temporary barrier in front of the canal to the reservoir, is sitting in the background there. And as you can see, there's actually water in the reservoir at the moment. Some of that is actually groundwater, so we're now going to have to create another solution to make that come together and work out for us as well. But today, you know, we've just slammed some plastic down, or some landscape liner, actually the stuff that you put underneath roads, and then we're going to go from there to hopefully next week putting in the liner in the reservoir behind us. So hopefully it all kicks in and works out. Well, kind of a work stoppage day, so we won't count it. This is the weekend and we've got to let the water dissipate. We had about 6 inches of snow last night, and then rain came for about 6 hours, and then after that literally 7 hours, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. So we had the trifecta yesterday. Quite a bit of activity from a weather perspective. But what it did was, oddly, the snow came, and then obviously the rain kind of melted down a little bit, and the winds dried it all up, and as you can see, there's no snow. It's all gone. I do want to say that if you look at my finger right there, and then right there, and a couple more behind me over here, are those underground springs that we've now discovered. So what we're going to do is put the liner in, but before we do that, we're going to put a French drain in, and it'll drain out at that drain down at the other end, on that end. So sun's probably blurring it out, but it'll drain out that way. Wasn't in the plan, but we have to be precautious because we don't want that water to seep underneath the liner, live down there, and eventually bust its way out. So we'll put a French drain in. It's not that much water, but of course when the snow melts off in the spring, that might be a lot more. So we got to make sure that we have that all covered. The water will go underneath, hit that French drain, and out. So wanted to share that little tidbit. But on a very frigid, low 30s kind of day, plenty of other activities. Had a couple trees go down in the last 24 hours, so I have to chop those guys up and get them off. One of them was near the road, so I need to get that cleaned up. And then we've got to do some winterizing of other activities around the property. Well, we have another work stoppage as we've received another 5 inches in about 4 days here. So we're looking at a total of about a foot. Now the first 8 odd inches already melted off, so the accumulation is only the 4 to 5 inches. But as you can see, the entire project is buried right now. So we're not supposed to have weather for 10 days. So hopefully that pays out to the positive and get back to work.